Okay.
You know,
there's a lot to unpack there. Yes.
They got
what a story it would. Yeah, right, what a story it would be. Mindfreak, like they have had some special moments in majors before. You go back to the fall. They were, there were 3 teams that had a chance to win the whole thing. They were the 4th, maybe even 5th team, and they won the whole thing. It can happen. They've got to get through Dire Wolves first. Fiber starts it off with Misty trying to get a touch there. Cannot, and Caveman Ben is past Vibe. Caveman Ben, certainly the soul of this Mindfreak squad. So fun to watch him on and off the field. And of course, keep an eye on him on those cams up there. You're going to have a lot of fun watching Ben and this whole Mindfreak team go to work. Fiber got the challenge on target, and nobody expected that to be on.
There it is, though. Don't forget about Dire Wolves playing that big spoiler roar. We got to take this one match at a time. Fiber says, look at that pinch into your net to start us off.
Mindfreak's got to battle back quickly as Dire Wolves get the first strike. Sade trying to do just that on the kickoff. Fiber with an easy save. Now here goes Caveman Ben and Mindfreak. That bounces right out to Sade. Does not rush it at all. And Vive not going to give him the time to work with. Caveman Ben very slowly grabbing that corner boost. Almost got taken advantage of by the Dire Wolves attack. They are on the prowl, but nothing in front of the net as Sade will clear away. Mindfreak is not going to rush up and down the field. They will play a very measured, deliberate attack. And if you can push the pace on them a little bit, as Dire Wolves have been trying to do in the first minute plus, you can make them real uncomfortable. Can they do it for 5 minutes, though?
For Mindfreak, there's a lot of pressure because you need a lot of different scenarios to happen for them to be successful. But it all starts with this game. And this is where the most pressure for them will be. Talk about ground zero. They got to get there first. And Dire Wolves don't look like they're making it easy for them.
It is Misty just ahead of Requiem. Nobody else up for that ball, though. Zayd actually gives it right away to Fiber. Really rushed that touch. And Caveman Ben, blocked by Vibe, can't get the clear. And Fiber and everybody else whiffed on the ball. I think everybody had defense on the mind. And now Requiem taking his time with Vibe coming on. And Zayd finally clears the zone. Full take a boost. Only one to beat. And Zayd's denied by Misty.
Misty just gets a piece of that as it's going in. Caveman wants to try for a second chance effort. Not gonna happen. Misty gets 2 saves in that chance, and that's actually gonna be a savior medal. It's looking the other way. Back pass. Can Vibe get this touch? No, it's cleared away from Mindfreak. They're keeping this a 1-goal game.
That was a real good-looking team play, but not everybody was on the same exact page. Could have been a big second goal for Dire Wolves. Instead, Fiber at the back has to make this save and preserve a 1-goal lead. Vive playing it right out at Caveman Ben. Another clear out of Fiber. Just jumped right in front of Misty. And Misty is alive enough to make that stop as well. Dire Wolves hold off Mindfreak again. Coming up on a minute and a half to go in game 1. And you can see the physical play now. Misty had Demo on the mind. Fiber to center. Vive and Misty both jump. No communication at all. And Requiem are let off the hook for the moment. Fiber looking for a double, can't get it. Requiem had to respect that. And Caveman Ben finally clears. But wow, what a missed opportunity from Dire Wolves.
And now they still have to hold on to this 1-goal lead. And it's looking fragile by the moment they tried to get it for Caveman Ben, but could not get that one out. They're still keeping up the pressure. Mindfreak trying to walk away and make this one at least a tied-up game on this drive. Demo comes through, but so does Fiber with the save.
Caveman Ben quickly up. Zayd was coming on, but that was too close to the net. So he'll back off. Now it's Requiem, and he found a way through. And finally, Mindfreak tie up the game.
You talk about a third-man challenge. Requiem says, I will beat you to the ball, ducks it into the net, ties this one up for Mindfreak. That extra effort pays off big for them.
That's a huge challenge out of Requiem, too. There was nobody preventing an open net on the other side if that did not go in. Requiem against Misty now. And now Mindfreak trying to parlay that momentum into maybe a game winner in regulation, but they got to stop Fiber first, who got by everybody, but the post makes the stop.
Fiber showing control here. Oh, Misty, that's aggressive. He's going to be out to play for a moment. Now Fiber's going to try to take this off the sidewall. Does he have what it takes? That's a pitch off the ceiling, straight to Caveman. Misty follow-up off target. Big dive from Vive off the corner. And Caveman been going to clear it. That might be the one to send us in OT. This one has been such a press from Direwolves in the final 30 seconds. They're trying to see if they can get one more here, Stacks. Fiber shot, blocked out, follow up, it's in! 0-second goal, and Direwolves are gonna take game one.
All the chances Direwolves didn't convert on, and this one goes through just above the ground at the end, and Misty breaks Mindfreak's hearts in game one. What a finish!
Misty, that shot so low with, again, 0 seconds on the clock. There was a strong chance we were going to go into OT right after that particular play, but that shot was exactly what Direwolves need. And now we start to wonder about the pressure. How is that going to affect Mindfreak going into game two?
And Mindfreak is a team that absolutely feeds off momentum, and that can work the other way around as well. Wow, Direwolves. They were pressed up against it right after giving up that goal that tied things up. Mindfreak had a couple real good looks at the Direwolves net, but it was not to be. And how about the play out of Misty, finally rewarded with a goal, as Misty was outstanding on both halves of the field, as was Fiber. And now Direwolves will try to press their advantage as we go to Forbidden Temple for game two.
This is huge for Direwolves. Coming into this one, I mean, we saw the desk. Everybody was in favor of Mindfreak. But when situations like this happen, and it's more than just a major for the Mindfreak squad, the question is, can they rise up to the occasion? Again, for the entire scenario to work, they have to win. Right now, they're down in this series.
Caveman Ben, half flip to try and gain control. Got around one, but not two. Does have a tendency to try and do too much. Do everything himself. He's making a stop there and chasing that down. Trying to continue to play. Came up empty. Requiem can't make the stop. Zayd will have this, and finally, they will get out of the zone, only for a moment. Very briefly across the center line. Caveman Ben can play this through, but Misty right up again. Just all up in Mindfreak's grill as Zayd has to make the save on the near post. Another chance that Requiem saved as well. I mean, Mindfreak are getting starved out. Shot after shot. Finally, Caveman Ben breaks through. Got a demolition. Requiem can center this. But despite all the demos, nobody else could follow up on the ball, and Mindfreak let another chance go by the wayside.
You can tell just from that offensive pressure from Direwolves. They're hunting. And Mindfreak has to respond with some speed of their own, but that's a big double commit. Maybe a playoff transition. A demo, too, to set up Misty with a lot of time. Gets for the dunk. Does get it, but it pitches all the way across. Vibe wants to keep that in, but Requiem will start the counter. Can Mindfreak come up with this drive?
Caveman Ben gonna have a look. How many times, Daz, have we seen a ball just shoot out from everybody up off the roof and then come right back down into a free shot from the wing? That time it does not happen, but it came very close. Misty will have that off to the side, and again, not a lot of control really from either side. It's more of that dump and chase strategy, but it's working out more for Direwolves as Zayd had to make the initial save, and Requiem in to stop Fiber from having a rebound chance.
Look, if you're gonna boom the ball, you have to do it with a little bit of purpose. Try to get a pass or at least a deadly shot. We're seeing Mindfreak get some opportunities where they can play the ball upfield, but even those touches are a little bit off. Maybe it is, part of the nerves coming in. That being said, no time for that, especially with Fiber on the ball. Direwolves strike first.
Fiber scores first again. Requiem could not control this. Left his teammate in no man's land. 1-0. to the Dire Wolves. Second goal of the series from Fiber. Could be the second of many if he gets going. 5 for Fiber. Gonna try to set up Misty, but Misty's way back. Requiem trying to dribble past. Can't do so. That's gonna go right to Zayd. Ill-advised. Big clear though from Fiber. That's gonna find Misty. That's much better out of Dire Wolves. Led to a chance, but Vive couldn't catch up to it. And now Mindfreak have to create. Caveman Ben. But Requiem, maybe? No, Requiem backed off the play. Didn't quite have the read off that challenge.
You gave a mention to Caveman Ben, and he's going to be a player that, you know, we look at in terms of Mindfreak. You said it yourself. This team can really play off of some strong momentum. But right now, both Caveman and Mindfreak feeling ice cold as nothing has really been working for them. And what is this team when they can't get anything going? They need something right now. We're approaching the final minute of gameplay. They're down by 1.
Of course, remember the mental aspect of all of this, the tactical timeouts on Championship Sunday. That 2-minute break might serve them well if they can't come back. In this game, Fiber almost forced that ball through. This is a round where Mindfreak tied up game 1. Can they do it again? Requiem to the backboard, easily cleared by Fiber. Caveman Ben had it read. Zayd lurking in behind him. That's a loose ball in front that only Vive is going to get to. Zayd had committed to a demo, and Requiem did not fall in behind him. More squandered opportunities now for Mindfreak. Fiber single-handedly plays the defense like a cheap violin.
I mean, look at this. 34 boost on this one. Waits, jumps in. Oh, my goodness. He knows how much power he has in his hands. Big play from Fiber. He scored both goals for Dire Wolves as they continue to charge forward.
Now it's Fiber again, just throwing one to the backboard. Stall tactic for D-Dub, trying to shut out Mindfreak. How disappointing would it be for Mindfreak having at least, you know, a puncher's chance at the championships? They managed to get swept here. They have put up minimal resistance in this game. Had a couple chances. Nothing great at the net. Caveman Ben forces that off to the corner. Misty with the clear. More time off the clock. They got to score right now to have a chance at a kickoff goal. And those precious seconds are going to expire. Final seconds tick away. It's going to be a shutout for Dire Wolves in game 2, up 2-0 in the series.
This is concerning. If you are a Mindfreak fan, Dire Wolves have shown up in this series. You know, normally a game 1 win, what a series that you think is normally one-sided is something that you can brush off to the side. You say, okay, they caught us off guard. But this is more than that, and we are seeing that right now on the field. As right now,
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. They're playing a dangerous game here if they let this momentum keep getting out of control. But there is no timeout coming from Mindfreak. They're going to try and sort it out in this minute they get between games, Daz. I mean, that was uglier than game 1. I mean, they came out slow in game 1. They picked it up at the end. Game 2, they just about flatlined in that game. Dire Wolves vastly outshot Mindfreak. I mean, hey, credit to Fiber and what Misty's been able to do. I mean, Misty has controlled this series, and Mindfreak have not had an answer for him or Fiber.
And Dire Wolves will continue the hunt. Right now, in game 3 of this best of 7, the favorites to come in, Mindfreak, shut out in game 2, one that they desperately needed in terms of adapting over the course of this series. We'll see what game 3 has in store for them, but they need something going soon because Dire Wolves keep going. It's Misty with the first one.
Wow. I mean, look at nobody home. Requiem couldn't get back in time, and that's been the story for Mindfreak in this series. They've been very slow defensively and probably a little lucky that they've been in these first couple of games. Dire Wolves have had a lot of good chances, and if they just maybe throw caution to the wind, I mean, they could put up, I don't know about ground zero numbers, but they could put up some real goofy numbers against Mindfreak. Caveman Ben trying to read what Misty's got. But Misty's got a shot on Zayd. He makes the save, still following this up. Nobody was in front, though, for Misty. Good idea. The execution not there as a team for Dire Wolves.
Dire Wolves are running off of a lot of momentum and even more confidence behind it. And you see that on the field, on the cams. There's evidence all over. Right now, Mindfreak need to find an answer. Dire Wolves up by 1 here, but still plenty of time in this game 3.
Oh, that's a great opportunity for Mindfreak, but Caveman Ben could not control that first touch. Requiem for Zayd for the tie, and Zayd equalizes early in game 3.
That's what you want to see. Set up here for Requiem, straight up. Misty gets caught by the post, and Zayd says, I think that's a perfect place to shoot. Top left corner shot. Mindfreak back in it.
A series like this is made up of moments. A lot of them coming together, and that might be the moment for Mindfreak. Getting an early goal for a change. Zayd got 1 demo, could not go after Vive for the second. And now here goes Fiber. Will it be Vive in front? No, it's Requiem all the way across. Him and Zayd both had to play the ball after Requiem missed it initially. And it's Misty now. Full control for Dire Wolves. Let that one get away a little bit. You know what, Vive has also been very impressive for Dire Wolves here. You talk about players being in this spot, maybe not necessarily used to the limelight, but the moment has not been too big for Vive at all. Zayd now trying to play that indirect for himself. Got a piece of that off of Fiber, and now Misty's going to try to spring Vive downfield, but he's not going to burn the boost. Requiem had a beat. Caveman Ben, shot denied by Fiber. Follow up from Zayd. Can he get that central? He can, but again, Daz, there's nobody there for Mindfreak.
The Requiem stayed back and trying to kick things up in the midfield. That's going to be 2 big demos, but this is a lot of time wasted. Caveman Ben going to try to move up here, but this was going to be played in the corner. Mindfreak with a chance there, and hopefully it's not one that costs them.
Misty on an open net, and again, Mindfreak are caught napping defensively. Misty on target again.
And it's Vive who comes in here and gets an off-ball bump that kind of gives Misty that slight lane. You can see Dire Wolves were watching Mindfreak saying, you know, these guys are a little slow, a little bit late to the ball. Let's try to make something happen with that knowledge. And they caught him out. Caveman trying to go for a tying goal, but Misty's there.
And Misty's looking for more. Already 3 goals in the series alongside Fiber. That's going to be popped up. Vive couldn't quite get there. Chance now for Mindfreak, but again, Fiber with a huge stop. That dropped right to Requiem, though, and Misty cut that out. And they had Zayd downfield, but just not enough. Caveman Ben going to try, and Vive makes that stop, too. Well, every other time Mindfreak try to get anything generated, there's a stop made at midfield. They never really get off the ground. Fiber way up above the ground, killing more time. Misty has that right back whence it came, and it's Zayd who has to start the counterattack for Mindfreak. Second touch out of Caveman Ben. Looking to center, and again, just can't get the ball where he wants it. But these challenges in midfield, they're getting a little better, Daz, and I would be worried if I'm Dire Wolves, if Mindfreak ever start playing a little more recklessly, they might get an open look at the net. So Misty almost scored, Fiber does, and that might put all those concerns to rest.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of speed to keep up with here. Misty, that's touch to set up Fiber. Dire Wolves show no signs of slowing down, Stacks. It's a 2-goal lead in the final minute.
Dare I pick the low-hanging fruit? It is a dire situation for Mindfreak. Zayd got a score here, and he could not even get a touch on the ball, and that's the series for Mindfreak in a nutshell. 2.5, almost 3 games gone by, and sometimes it's the basics that continue to plague Mindfreak. The fall major champions struggling. Caveman Ben blocked by Fiber. Zayd's got to get to this. Instead, he has to avoid Fiber. Well, that goes off of Fiber. Chance out. Requiem redirect, and Misty makes the save. Even when you think Mindfreak has some momentum going, there's somebody at the back, usually Misty or Fiber. And this will be the finishing touch. Oh, Requiem made the stop, but it's of little consequence unless they score right here. Zayd stopped by Misty. Man, Misty's defensive presence has been outstanding, even getting it done on the offensive end. As 3-0 Direwolves.
There it is, Stacks. And
yeah,
you know
no surprise. There's no surprise. We're getting a timeout out of Mindfreak. I think it's a game too late, but, well, like I said in the first match, right? You can't take it with you, so you might as well take it. And these guys now, I mean, you can tell the pressure is on these guys. And I do not envy the position they're in. You know, all the expectations on their shoulders. This is a team, I mean, you know, they did it to themselves, right? I mean, they went and won the fall major. They kind of set the expectations for themselves. And they are watching their season flash before their very eyes here, Daz.
Yeah, it's all in their hands, though. And I think that's the biggest thing to pay attention to for Mindfreak. You know, you talk about the momentum for this team and how it's something that, you know, they can control entire series with. But when your back's against the wall, you still need to have that same energy, that same momentum. Although it's high vibes when you're winning, there should be a strong desire when you're losing to just punch back here. And for Mindfreak, it's definitely a tough situation. It feels like they don't have an answer. Direwolves are all over their own half. They're swarming them. They're making them uncomfortable. They're bumping them. It's really tough for them to have to deal with. But hopefully with this timeout, they can slow things down, you know, cool down Direwolves for a bit and work up a game plan.
This is where a coach becomes oh so valuable as well. Just, you know, another voice to try and be a calming influence, to try to rally the troops, turn things around here. You know, a lot of it you can't necessarily fix, right? You know, if it's mechanical, you just say, hey, go out there and hit the ball. You've got a shot still. You know, it's not like this is an impossible task. They're not down 0-3 to say ground zero gaming. So, well, you know, they might be if they can manage to come back, but that's a whole nother story. But they've got their season to play for right here, Daz. Utopia Coliseum, Game 4. It is do or die for Mindfreak. We need to see major Mindfreak because that Mindfreak hits just a little bit different.
It does. It does. They have to want it, Stacks. You can tell Direwolves do. The way they are playing up and down the field. They are not giving any time to Mindfreak. But Mindfreak, you know, as hard of a season as they have played, you don't want it to stop here.
It might start with this man, Requiem, who's had his critics and doubters all season long, even when they were on top of the world in the fall. Fiber trying to slow play this. We'll see if Mindfreak picks up the pace, see if they change anything up. Caveman Ben lost it to Vive, or rather Requiem didn't. Caveman Ben managed to get back. Now Fiber playing one out, and Ben is right there, so too is Zayd. But Requiem just a little too slow on the side wall. Here goes Misty, looking to center for Fiber, and instead that goes a little off to the side. Fiber will still get a decent look, but Requiem with the clear. To tell things a little more cautious even out of Direwolves following that timeout, trying to kind of feel out what Mindfreak might be doing differently before they try to press the issue again like they did the first 3 games.
Yeah, right there. Slowly than what we've seen from them this series. And it may just take them some more time to get into it, but they have a little bit of pressure on them as well. Close out the series. No one ever talks about the team one match point, but sometimes it's hard to get that final game in. And for them, the first goal is just as crucial as it is the other way around.
A lot of teams have found out it is difficult to close out Mindfreak. Requiem force that ball through. Caveman Ben. Tough angle, instead opts for the pass off the corner, and it's Zayd blocked by Vive. That's not great out of Fiber, but a double commit between Ben and Zayd. That slows down Mindfreak significantly. Requiem going to try to do it himself. Indirect pass for himself. And it's Fiber that has to pick up the pieces at the end. Zayd coming on, looking for his second goal. Didn't get there. And now here goes Misty. who's been awesome, had his pocket picked. Vive's got to rush back and does get back in time. So now Mindfreak picking it up just a little bit. The sense of urgency is certainly there, but they have to speed up, especially on this half of the field, Daz.
They have to be on the same page. That's one big factor that Direwolves have had on them, is that Direwolves push up together, and they also have very solid rotations. That's been something we haven't necessarily seen from Mindfreak. They may have two pushed up, two aggressively, and then one far back. We've seen it a lot of times, the ball left to an empty field. As Requiem pulls it up, Zade's waiting. So is Caveman Ben, but he gets pushed past all of them. Maybe Vive has a shot. He does, but it's off target.
Old Ironside's coming to the rescue of Mindfreak there. The storybook continues to write itself, but it may come to an abrupt ending. Vive up the ladder, looking for Fiber. Zade got in the way. Misty coming in, and Caveman Ben will collect along the backboard. No juicy rebound this time. Requiem played it out again. That's dangerous. And he almost gave another up to Fiber. Real tough spot now for the Mindfreak defense. Vive looking to pick the bones, but he can't get the shot down. Caveman Ben off the field for a moment. He'll spawn in ball side, have a full tank of boost to work with, and he may need it. The Requiem made the big play over Vive, and that keeps the Mindfreak attack alive going forward.
This is so tense, Stacks. No goal scored yet. Fiver, no flip reset there. Has to wait. The low shot comes out. But Zade's there with the read. Missy trying to go for a solo play of his own, but Zade will knock it down. Vive now. You see how they're just trying to take these 50s and these solo plays as much as they can to look for an opening on Mindfreak. But they've been playing good Rocket League. Requiem tries to put a shot on, and Vive is there for the save.
Round 0 awaits the winner of this series. It could be the winner of this game if Direwolves find the next goal. The Caveman Ben comes to the rescue, and Mindfreak finally have a lead.
They're not done yet, Stacks. Requiem, the perfect dish out. Caveman Ben tells Misty, you better keep your head on a swivel. He's right in front of your box scoring. First goal to Mindfreak.
Ben's first goal of the series as well. Do not let the big man get going. Requiem trying to center. Zade had that go off Requiem, and Ben wisely stays back. He's got to stop Fiber here. Misty threatened a physical play. Requiem makes the stop. No second touch though. Vive open net, and he ties it.
Vive with the awareness here on the shot. Direwolves strike back. The turn into the shot immediately as he catches the defense lacking. We're back tied up in game 4.
Direwolves have scored so many off of empty nets created by a midfield challenge, and Mindfreak's Achilles heel plagues them yet again. Down to 30 seconds. Overtime is looming. They went to OT in game 1, and it was Fiber that had the winner. No, they didn't go to OT, and now Fiber has maybe the game winner late in game 4.
You see Zane on the back wall. He's so awkward and uncomfortable. Fiber just edging up slowly and slowly. Catches the hole, punishes Mindfreak. And like you said, Stacks, this may be the one to do it. 22 seconds left.
It was Misty at 0 in game 1, Fiber at 22 in game 4. That may be on the epitaph for Mindfreak. Zade got to get this downfield, but he needs to find teammates. A big clear out of 5, and it's only Requiem that can keep Mindfreak alive. Zade way downfield. Fiber there first. No time. Requiem denied by Misty, but it doesn't touch down. Zade and Caveman Ben double commit, and that's going to be catastrophic. Ben trying all he can to keep it in the air. Nobody else can, and the Direwolves put Mindfreak out of their misery with a 4-0 sweep in OT, not in OT. They avoid overtime twice, Daz, as Mindfreak can't find an equalizer.
That's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for Mindfreak, and you can tell they're feeling it as well. But Direwolves pull off an unbelievable upset. Like you said, Stacks, 4-0 sweep against Mindfreak, a team that so many people had coming into this one, and no one expected it to end this way.
To say the least, Gibbs, Mindfreak did not score 20 goals in this series. Boy, oh boy, what a performance out of Direwolves. I mean, we can talk so much about Mindfreak and how disappointing it is for them. Let's give some props to Direwolves. They came in with a plan and executed it to perfection. They get Ground Zero Gaming in the semifinals, but now the stage is set for the likes of Cringe Society and the Renegades. We've got Renegades up against Riot Gaming coming up next as an explosive Oceanic Major continues after this.